Hi, my name is Isabel Ashton, and this is my presentation over the undeniable culture of rape, trigger warning, or sexual assaults. Alright, so to start off, the definition of rape. Rape is described as the physical force of sexual penetration in the body, the threat of bodily harm, or oral penetration from the penis of another person, all without consent. Consent is the main thing for rape. Without consent, performing a sexual act would be considered rape. So the differences between rape and sex. To rape someone is not to have sex with another. It is not to do anything with another. Sex is an experience that people have with each other. It is an activity in which two or more people participate or willingly do together. When a person has sex with another, the other has sex with them. Sex is symmetric in this sense, while rape is not. A person does not participate in being raped, as they cannot be complicit in being raped. Rape is something traumatic that one does to another. It is a crime forced against its victim, specifically a form of assault. Rape is an act of complete and total domination. Sex involves mutual consent, while rape does not involve any consent. As I just said, consent is key to seeing if rape is rape. Different categories of rape. The two major categories of rape in society are date rape and marital rape. Date rape is sexual acts forced on the victim by someone they have already known socially or are currently dating. This is the most common form of rape because studies show victims almost always have known their rapist previously, instead of them being a complete stranger. Marital rape is described as forcible sex from a person's spouse. Unfortunately, because this occurs between people that are already in a committed relationship, it is not considered to be as important of an offense than other forms of rape in most states. It is often treated more leniently in the justice system for this reason. Alright, rape culture. Rape culture is a concept that describes a culture where rape and sexualized violence are normalized and sometimes condoned in society. The norms prevalent in rape culture is blame and sexually objectify the victim rather than the rapist. Society is quick to assume the victim was asking to be forced into that situation, instead of blaming the actual rapist who was at fault. So the role of masculinity in this rape culture. The idea of masculinity has been a huge impact on the normalization of rape culture. Some ideology of toxic masculinity includes anti-feminism, physical aggression, emotionless, and dominance. Men often feel obligated to have dominant attitudes that facilitate a continued tolerance of aggression towards women, which leads to the occurrence of sexual violence. Toxic masculinity does not appreciate being denied by any woman, so it can quickly bring out physical aggression that turns into rape. Even if the woman tells them no, their masculinity makes them feel dominant over her, and he feels like he can control her any way he wants. So, rape myths. Rape myths typically shift the blame of rape from the rapist to the victim and present it as a rare event. These include the myths that the rapists are usually complete strangers, that women cannot be raped if they did not want it, that women dressing in a certain exposing clothing are asking for it, clothing such as tight dresses, small skirts, revealing clothing, anything like that. Or the date and that date or marital rape is not actually rape. The myths can be held by both men and women and may be associated with the denial of rape victims that they have been raped, as well as the denial by the offenders that they are the rapists. Unfortunately, rape myths have an undeniable impact on the justice of rape victims, which causes a lot of victims to be unwilling to report a rape. So in a lot of cases, victims of rape can actually be in denial that they were even raped, because women are often taught that they are supposed to want to please a man or anything like that, and that sometimes offenders are also in denial that they are the rapist because they think that the woman wants it. There just isn't enough communication involved in that situation. Alright, so the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system recognizes rape through the police investigation process and the results of a criminal trial. Rape enters the criminal justice system when a person who has been raped reports the incident to the police. Once the rape is reported, the particulars of the investigation will differ. In some cases, police officers will visit the scene of the crime, a medical report or rape kit may be completed, or the victim may simply recount their story to the police. The police will then evaluate the victim's credibility. If they believe their story, they will proceed to gather further evidence. If the police have sufficient evidence, they will arrest the accused rapist. Since quite a lot of evidence is needed to prove a sexual assault, victims often, again, feel discouraged to even try to go to the police. So the most common form to prove a rape would be a rape kit, which can only be done pretty much immediately after the rape happens or before you shower or clean yourself off. For a lot of women after rape, they feel disgusting and that's the first thing they want to do, but it is very important to get a rape kit done so a medical report can be done and you can get as much sufficient evidence as possible. The sooner you report a rape, the better as well. So for the criminal justice system to recognize that a rape has occurred, the charge must be proved beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest standard of proof in law, higher than either reasonable probability or the balance of probabilities required in civil law cases. This standard of proof can be very difficult to achieve as it requires significant amounts of evidence and testimony. Due to the nature of the crime, many sexual assaults happen in private without any witnesses except for the victim and the accused. For this reason, many rape trials rely almost entirely on the judge's assessment of the credibility of the victim. So again, this is why rape kits are very important. So rape through pornography. Some pornography uses women who are not themselves being raped, but actors portraying the rape of characters who appear to experience sexual pleasure from it. People do not usually just watch pornography for fun, but instead use it to get turned on to sexually please themselves. A person who watches this fake display of sex as rape can get the impression that some women actually experience sexual pleasure while being raped. This does not only blur the distinction between sex and rape, but also weaken people's ability to recognize rape as what it actually is. This can help with the ideology of that women are asking for it or that women are going to enjoy it, even if it is forced on them, which is not true at all. So, rape on college campuses. Currently, campus rape and sexual assault are major problems throughout the United States. College campuses have been statistically proven to be one of the most dangerous places for women around the ages of 18 to 24. This was even stated by President Obama at a conference in 2014, which still unfortunately holds true to today. An estimated 1 in every 5 women is sexually assaulted during her college years. I really like this picture on the right, the quote, because sexual assault should not be a part of the college experience. So even though around 20% of women experience rape while in college, only about 13% of students are found responsible for sexual assault are expelled, and between 20% and 68% were suspended for a certain time period. Many academic officials are often very dismissive towards female victims who come forward and report a sexual assault or rape. Therefore, male student perpetrators are frequently given a light punishment before going on without any real consequences. So this statistic from RAINN on the right College women are twice as likely to be sexually assaulted than robbed. So for all women, 5 robberies occur for every 4 sexual assaults. But for college women, it's actually the opposite. 2 sexual assaults occur for every 1 robbery. So the effects of rape. Being a victim of any type of rape can be physically, mentally, and emotionally damaging for people of any age, gender, or background. Whether the victim decides to file a police report or keep it to themselves, it can cause extreme levels of depression. Oftentimes, rapists do not think about having safe sex because what they are doing is illegal and disgusting. They do not think about putting on a condom, getting a morning after pill, or even using the pull-out method. This causes the possibility of pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases or infections. The trauma can also prevent the ability to create and feel comfortable in any other healthy sexual relationship. The victim's mind is also going to go back to the way they felt while being raped instead of being able to focus on a possible beautiful connection with a new partner. Rapists take so much mental, emotional, and physical strength away from the victims, while they are almost always able to move on without any guilt or consequences. Even though these effects of rape aren't the same for every woman or man, any person victim of rape, depression is the most common effect after being raped. Okay, and here are my resources. Herit is our book, and the other 4 are from reliable articles. Thank you for watching.